Now that we've gone through the initial list, let's go through the quantities we're going to need for phase 1 and phase 2, which is your 15 days for phase 1, and phase 2 takes you up to 30 days. And then we'll look at what I've procured to date and what I have to go. Again, in the water, 3 gallons a day. Phase 1, I'm going to need 45 gallons. I spent $7.92 to date. I have 31.68 to go. In phase 2, I need another 45 gallons. And all I have is the co-cost. I have not bought any to date. Under the canned protein, I checked with the wife, and we keep enough on stock to last for the first 15 days. However, the next 15 days, I'm going to have to procure some canned protein. Right now, we spent $9, and I got $10.58 left to spend on that. Again, canned veggies covered the first 15 days in home. In phase 2, I'm going to need 15 cans. At $22.50, I haven't bought any yet. Canned fruit, the first 15 days going to be covered by what's in the house. The next 15 days we need to buy. I got $18.75. I've currently bought none. Peanut butter, 5 pounds. We keep that much in the home at any given time. I decided in phase 2 I didn't need to buy any. And so right now we don't have any expenditures needed for peanut butter. Also need nuts, 2 ounces. I need 13 servings of that. So far I've expended what I needed to get the first 13, so I've spent $4.92. I need 13 ounces for phase 2, and under the cost spent, I got $4.94 spent on that, so I don't need to buy any nuts for the first 2 phases. I'm currently covered. Protein bars, I need 30 of those for phase 1. My cost to go is 30, so I haven't spent any in that, so I got to buy the phase 1 protein bars, plus I need to buy the phase 2. Starch is covered in the home procurement, we already have. So for phase 2, which is the next 15 days, I'm going to need 30 servings of that. I'm estimating $15 to go on that. Again, clothing and shelter, that's all provided by your home for the first 2 phases. Kit 1 is water boiling, purification, and cook sets. I'll go through the details later, but right now I have no cost to go in phase 1. I've spent the $83.97 for that. For phase 1, I'm in good shape. I will need an update for phase 2, and right now I'm estimating that'll be $17. My fire starting kit, I have no cost in phase 1 as I've procured all those items, spent $54.30. It will need to be updated for phase 2, which I'm estimating will be $6.55. The first aid kit, right now, what we currently have for first aid by the home will cover the first 2 phases. I don't need to worry about that. For kit 4, personal hygiene, again, that's covered for the first 2 phases and what we keep at home for phase 1. And it looks like for phase 2, I have a planned update, which will be shown in the detail sheets for phase the kits of $13. My everyday kit, everyday carry kit, I've got $61 to go, and I've already spent $137. That will need to be updated in phase 2, estimated cost $4. My home lighting kit, for the first phase, I got $57.38 to go. I've already expended $37.17, and it looks like it will require an update in phase 2, currently projected at $8.66. Kit 7, which is my knives and axes. I have no cost to go in phase one. I've already spent $331 for those items, and it looks like for phase two we're okay with that. Again, home cooking utensils and pots. First two phases is covered by home. Paper plates, paper bowls, plastic cups. Again, my basic home supplies cover those in the first phase. Phase two, I'll be needing to buy those, 48, 35, and 50, and they're relatively cheap for paper. My Midland emergency crank radio, haven't bought that yet. Doesn't look like I got any change to that in phase two. My duct tape, current in-home supplies, covers phase one and phase two. My phase one guns, I got the SR9C and the Ruger 1022. I have no cost to go there. I have currently purchased those. And as far as the ammo goes, one box of 22 long rifle and 4 boxes of the 9mm. I have no cost there in phase one. I've procured those, and for phase two, I don't believe I need any of those, any more ammo. My sharp stone and oil, already bought that in phase one. Phase two, I'm projecting an update of $6. My general home tools are covered by home, so there's no cost there. My manual can opener, phase one, I need one, and I'm projecting no update in phase two. Prescription meds, those are provided in phase one and over the counter in phase one by home. I'm projecting for phase two, they're also covered at no cost there. Coffee. My wife drinks coffee, I don't. But she lives at Starbucks. But in SHTF, Starbucks ain't gonna run. So I need one large can. I haven't bought it yet, it's $9. For phase two, I need one large can, it'll be $9. So I need to start buying coffee. Again, get a camp coffee pot. Got to go back to the old way. We're going to need one of those at $13.53 in phase one. Coffee filters, we don't have any of those. You can get a buy on those for 100 for $4.75. I don't see any need for update in phase two. Trash bags, probably not going to have any home service. The first 30 days will be covered. My wife keeps several boxes of trash bag liners. In phase two, you have to start buying those to make sure we don't have an issue with it. Again, plastic forks, knives, and spoons. Phase one, going to be covered. We use a lot of plastic right now. She buys the big boxes at Home Depot. At Sam's. In phase two, I'm going to start with 100 sets of those for $8.75. You're drinking alcohol or bartering alcohol. We have a good home supply. I figured that'll start, handle us for a couple weeks. I can't drink right now because of the meds I'm on. But in phase two, I'm going to start buying 2 bottles for every 15 days at a cost of $40. And again, if you're SHTF, you're going to want a little something to relax. And it'll be good bartering, when you get later on there in the phases, because, people just going to want alcohol and they're not going to have a good supply. Again, chocolate bars, same thing there. Start picking some up in phase one and phase two. Again, people that love chocolate, going to be a good bartering tool. I did decide I'm going to use paracord. You never know what you can need it for, but it's like duct tape. So for every 30 days, I'm going to get 100-foot roll. So right now, I have one roll. It's covered. Again, I didn't write it down here, but for phase 2, I'm going to have to update and buy some. And also cash. For every phase, $100 at least, or $100 for 30 days, set aside in your safe, again, to basically barter and get supplies from someone else that you may not have. Anyway, based on this spreadsheet, for phase 1, my costs to go are $363.28. It looks like all the items I need for phase 1 and what I've spent to date to procure it is $1,461. Now if I look at phase 2, I need to spend $268.50 to complete my phase 2 prepping, and the phase 2 I spent to date is $31.44. I'm going to take a break right now. Okay, let's go over the kits. The first kit, which I've already rolled up the costs into the initial, the main spreadsheet. Well, let's break that down, what we need in the kits. Again, the first kit is water boiling and purification. Again, you're going to need a container to put that in so it's ready available. Right now, I'm going to use a box. As far as purification goes, I'm going to pick up, or I have picked up, some water purification tablets. I've already picked up 2 bottles, so I have no cost to go for that in phase 1, and it shows up in my cost spent. The alcohol stove, including a stand, need 1 of those in the first 15 days. Not going to have any electricity or gas. I have no cost to go on that, as I picked that up for $18. As far as fuel bottles to put your denatured alcohol in, because it's hard to pour out of those big cans. Phase 1, I would pick up 4. I've already picked those up, and I spent $9.99 on those. Again, a Coleman cook pot set, there's 4 pots in that. It's perfect for boiling on an alcohol stove, so if you had 2 of them, you could work all of them at the same time. Again, there's 4 pots in there. I've already picked that up, so there's no cost to go. Money spent to date, $32.48. Okay, the fuel for the alcohol stove is denatured alcohol. So I need 1 gallon for every 2 weeks. Now that might be an overkill. I haven't figured out how many ounces a day I'm going to use. How many ounces are in a gallon it's 100 and I think 124. Anyway, I've already picked that 1 of those up for phase 1, $17. Phase 2, I've determined I need to get an additional gallon, and my cost to go on that is $17. Again, in your water boiling purification kit, you're going to need water filters, and I plan on using the coffee filters for now, and costs and everything on there is covered under the coffee filters under the coffee and the